What's going on, everyone? I'm Jared.
And I'm Brady, and this month we are learning about faith.
Which is trusting in what you can't see because of what you can see.
Let's get it!
Welcome to Trinity Kids Online.
This month we have been continuing our series Ready, Set, Move.
Brady, what's got you down?
Well, my favorite Lego structure fell apart.
Oh no, what happened?
Well, okay, it didn't really fall apart, it kind of just exploded.
What?
Yeah, I threw it.
Why did you throw it?
Well, there was a spider on my hand, and then I was carrying it, and it just went, you know?
Oh, that is pretty bad.
Yeah.
I think we should go check in with the guys at the Story Lab and see if they have anything to help you out, you know, when bad things happen.
Ahoy matey, welcome to Story Lab. This week we're talking about faith while we take a look at the story of an epic journey by sea. Land ho! Land ho!
Hey, I'm Carter.
And I'm Zeke.
We're talking about faith, which is trusting in what you can't see because of what you can see.
Even when things fall apart.
Especially when things fall apart.
Like in today's story.
Are we spoiling the story?
Well, there's a giant shipwreck.
Yep, we're spoiling the story.
It's pretty crazy. Waves bashing everywhere, timbers cracking up and snapping apart.
We got it.
I just think it's an awesome excuse to create our own explosion.
Sounds dangerous.
Not when we use these.
What are they for?
An exploding star.
Cool. Then let's make it. What? A piece of carpet?
Well, this is easier to do on carpet.
Where do we start?
Well, you're gonna need 5 popsicle sticks.
Do they have to be different colors?
Nope, but it's more fun that way. You're gonna wanna start by making an A shape with green on the bottom here, red over yellow. Just like that. You're gonna wanna keep pressing down on these intersections as we continue on because it's gonna wanna explode a bit too early. You're gonna wanna take this blue stick and slide it under the yellow, over the red, and lock it under that green. Thank you. And then take the purple stick and slide it under the green, over yellow and blue, and lock it under the red. Basically doing the exact same thing as the blue, just on the other side. A star is born.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch that about 7 more times.
But first, watch this. Here goes.
Whoa! Let's see that again.
When popsicle sticks are woven together, potential energy is built up via tension in the sticks. When one end of the stick is released, the potential energy is converted into kinetic energy, flinging the sticks up and out into a chain reaction.
Okay, that's super cool, but it happens too fast.
And that's why we're making a cobra weave next.
Cobra weave?
Well, there's a snake in today's story too. To make the cobra weave, we're gonna start with red over yellow, just like the star. Then, take your blue stick and place it over the red stick and under the yellow stick, making kind of a wonky A. Then, take the green stick, place it under the red stick and over the yellow. Make sure to keep it parallel to the blue stick. From here, take the purple and place it under the blue and over the green. Take the orange and place it under the yellow and over purple. Perfect. And from here, you'll repeat the pattern until you've got a length that you're satisfied with.
What happens now?
Release the cobra!
Wow!
Oh, I gotta see that again.
So much wreckage.
Speaking of which, it's time for...
The story before the story.
Today, we're in the book of Acts, which tells the story of the early church.
But before Acts, way back in the very beginning, out of a deep, deep love, God made an amazing world.
But when people turned away from God, the world was broken. God made a plan to draw people back into relationship. So at the right time, God sent Jesus, God's very own son, to live among us.
Jesus gave up his life and was killed. But on the third day, he rose to life.
After Jesus returned to heaven, the early church grew quickly.
The Apostle Paul traveled thousands of miles and started many new churches, upsetting both Jewish religious leaders and Roman authorities.
Which is where our story starts.
Take it away.
Hey everybody, I'm Brian. Our friend Paul told the story of Jesus everywhere he went, even when it got him in trouble. At last, a Roman commander had Paul arrested. When some men plotted to take Paul's life, the commander had Paul taken to the governor in Caesarea. Here, Paul was kept for 2 years. Finally, when unfair accusations were made about him before a new governor, Paul demanded,
"I appeal to Caesar."
Now, Paul was a Roman citizen, and it was his right to get a fair trial before the ruling Caesar. But that meant an epic and dangerous trip all the way to Rome. Paul and several other prisoners were handed over to a centurion of the imperial regiment.
I am Julius. Hail Caesar!
So the men set sail, eventually making it to a harbor called Fair Havens. Paul warned Julius and the crew.
Men, I can see that our voyage is going to be disastrous and bring great loss of ship and cargo and to our own lives also.
The pilot and ship's owner disagreed.
This is a terrible place to spend the winter. We should sail on to the harbor at Phoenix.
Julius listened to the pilot and the ship's owner instead of Paul, and when a gentle south wind began to blow, they jumped at the chance to set sail once more.
Anchors away!
But within a short time, that soft breeze became a stiff wind, and finally whipped up to a hurricane-force gale. The ship was caught up by the waves and driven by the wind. After many days, the crew feared the ship would be torn apart and sink. They even threw cargo and the ship's tackle overboard to lighten the load.
We're doomed!
Even though everyone else had given up hope, Paul stood strong and continued to talk with God. At last, he addressed the crew and passengers.
You should have taken my advice not to sail from Crete. Then you would have spared yourselves this damage and loss.
Paul was not above a good "I told you so."
Keep up your courage, because not one of you will be lost. Only the ship will be destroyed. Last night, an angel of God told me, "Do not be afraid, Paul. You must go on trial in front of Caesar. God has shown his grace by sparing the lives of all those sailing with you. I have faith in God that it will happen. However, we must run aground on an island."
That night, 14 days into the storm, the ship approached land. Fearing they would be dashed on the rocks, the sailors dropped the anchors. When daylight came, they decided to make for the shore, but the ship hit a sandbar. The ship began to break up.
If you can swim, jump overboard. Otherwise, grab what you can and hold on.
Everyone did as Julius commanded, and miraculously, all 276 people on board made it to shore alive. They discovered they had reached the island of Malta, where the islanders welcomed them with a roaring fire. As Paul tossed some brushwood on the fire, a snake bit his hand. The islanders were sure he would die, but Paul simply shook the snake off into the fire. When nothing happened to him, they decided he must be a god. There on Malta, Paul prayed for the chief official's father, and that man was healed of a fever. Through the help of God's Spirit, Paul healed other sick people on the island too, and the islanders gave Paul and his fellow passengers everything they needed. The end.
Arrest, prison, shipwreck, snake bite?
Ah, man, it's like Paul was just a magnet for terrible things to happen.
Yeah. In a letter to the church in Corinth, Paul even wrote down an epic list of all the awful things he had experienced, but through it all, Paul knew that God was right there with him to give him courage and strength.
So, what's our part in the story?
Well, you probably haven't been shipwrecked or bitten by a snake recently, at least let's hope not. But like Paul, you could probably make a list of all the bad things that have happened to you. Or things that you're facing right now.
Maybe a family member is really sick in the hospital.
Or maybe some kids in the neighborhood are being mean to you.
Maybe the pet your family has had since you were a baby just died.
Or you've got to get a cavity filled at the dentist.
Whatever happens, no matter how bad it is, you can have faith that God is right there with you.
Yep, God will never, ever leave you, no matter what. God always loves you and promises to give you the resilience to make it through.
When bad stuff happens, keep talking to God. Keep holding on.
And God may not make the bad situation go away, but God will walk with you right through the middle of it.
Yeah, I think you got it. See you next time.
Here's the thing. When bad things happen, God is with you.
Man, it looks like a shipwreck in here.
I got an idea. Star Wars?
Oh yeah! Hey, thanks for joining us in the Story Lab.
See you next time. Back here, Zeke.
Gotcha.
Make sure you remember this week's bottom line. When bad things happen, God is with you.
And with that, we want to say thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Stay tuned for the So-and-So Show, which is coming up right after this, and we will see you next week.
Bye-bye!
Ooh, yeah.
Whoa! What you doing there, buddy?
I've been thinking about getting another job as a sign spinner. You know those people who stand on the street corners and they spin the signs?
No,
you know,
it's a piece of cake. Come here.
You got?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, okay, sure.
See, the trick is to get enough momentum.
Oh, yeah, you got to catch it.
Nope.
Part of it.
Nope. The trick is to get enough momentum. Oh, nope.
You're not even.
Momentum! Oh no, momentum. Oh, momentum. The trick is momentum. Oh, no!
Okay, it's okay. It's okay.
No, it's
tough.
not.
Okay.
Let's go this way. Ah! Oh! No!
Hello, everyone. I'm Brandon.
Hello, John.
And welcome to the So-and-So Show.
Yeah.
What you got there, pal?
Oh, I got a personalized bobblehead of me. I like it because he always agrees with me, don't you? Oh, I can't stop staring at it.
That's great. So we're a good part of the way through the summer.
And we have made some moves, haven't we?
Indeed. Hey, but that got me to thinking, almost all of us use a GPS on our phone nowadays when we move places. But have you ever wondered who the voice was behind the GPS?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. Who is the voice behind the GPS?
Well, we're gonna find out today. Please welcome someone who knows stuff.
Hey, welcome. Come on in.
Hi, guys.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Tell us who you are and what you know.
My name is Rain McNally, and I'm a navigation concierge service.
A what?
A navigation concierge service.
What exactly is a navigation concierge service? Oh,
I'll show you.
Okay.
Oh, great. Love this.
A big map. Look at that. Oh, is that a corded phone? Wow. Okay. Okay. That's a lot of phones.
So whenever someone needs directions somewhere, they just share their location and call me.
Oh, that sounds
Complicated.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not that bad, actually. Like, there's no reason why your GPS should be so impersonal. With Rain McNally's navigation concierge service, you'll never get lost again. Oh, excuse me, just one moment, please.
Sure.
Hi, Chuck, where are you heading?
I'm going to 7008 Patterson Street, Rain.
Okay, perfect. I'll get you there.
Thanks, Rain. You're the best.
Okay, Patterson Street.
I mean, that really is pretty nice, but doesn't it, get confusing when there's more than one person asking for directions?
Not at all. I'm a great multitasker.
Oh.
Chuck, I got your location. You want to turn left on May Avenue in about 3 miles. You'll see Ruth's Diner on the corner. You should try the Western omelet when you get a chance. One second, Chuck. Where you headed, April?
I'm like trying to get to Lassiter's grocery store in the corner of Orange Street and Apple Road.
All right, go ahead and turn left onto Blockus to get started.
All right, thanks, Rain.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks. Chuck, you're gonna wanna make a right at the next stop sign.
Rain, you're the best.
Sure thing.
So, Rain,
Hey, Sally, where are you heading?
Going to 465 Tolbert Street.
Oh, do you mean Talbert?
No, Tolbert Street.
All right. Just go straight.
Wait. It's becoming a gravel road ahead.
You'll be fine. One moment, please. Hey, Graham.
Hi, I'm looking to get to the Empire State Building.
Well, just go north.
North?
North.
What?
Where am I?
Oh, no. April, you've gone too far. Turn around. You're gonna make a U-turn.
But I'm like on the interstate.
On the interstate? How'd you get on the interstate?
Hey, I went down that gravel road and now I'm stuck in a creek.
Well, it's...
And there's a bear!
Oh, what?
Hey, Rain, help me get home.
You need to learn how to get home, Bird. How do you not know how to get home? Give a man directions, get him there a day. Teach a man directions, he could find his own way.
Wait,
We've been
what?
over this. Just use your best judgment. April, what are you doing?
You told me to like do a U-turn.
On the interstate?
Yes.
Actual interstate. Turn back around, that's not safe. Are you okay?
I see flashing blue lights.
What?
Hey, kid bears climb trees.
Which way is the Empire State? North? You said north,
Please, I just want to go home.
Rain, what should I like do? I'm just sitting here in the interstate.
Pull over! Everyone, pull over! Thank you, everyone, for using Rain McNally's Navigation Concierge Service, getting you here, there, and everywhere. Unfortunately, we are experiencing technical difficulties at our home office, and we'll get back with you just as soon as possible. That was a disaster.
Yeah, I'll say. I'll say that it could have been worse.
I think it's a thoughtful idea.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I always felt so alone when I was driving. I thought maybe I could help others not feel that way.
Oh, see, that's beautiful. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, it's just maybe not so many people at the same time.
Maybe?
Yeah. Oh, and here. Put that on your dashboard. It'll help you not feel so alone.
Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's Bible story time with Kellen.
Hello, friends.
Oh, he called us friends.
Well, yeah.
You are my friend, buddy.
Kellen? Yeah, you're my friend too.
Well, now that we've established that, Kellen, have you got a Bible story for us today?
I sure do.
Well, then take it away, friend.
Our story today comes from the book of Acts. After Jesus was resurrected and left Earth, a bunch of people heard the good news about Jesus and began to follow him. They started something called the church. Maybe you've heard of it? One of those earlier followers of Jesus was named Paul. Now, Paul taught a lot of people about Jesus, and some people didn't like what Paul was doing. So much so that they had him arrested. We pick up the story today where Paul is a prisoner on a ship. He's being transported a long way through the Mediterranean Sea to Italy. When they arrived on an island named Crete, Paul had a message for the commander of the ship.
I can see that our trip will be dangerous. The ship and everything in it will be lost. Even our own lives will be in danger also.
Well, you're the pilot. What do you think?
We'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
Well, they began their journey. And it was exactly as Paul said. There was a terrible storm.
Hold on!
I'm trying.
We need this ship to lose some weight. Start throwing supplies overboard.
The storm was so bad, it sent the ship in the complete opposite direction from where they were planning on going. They ended up just drifting with the storm for days. After that, Paul was visited by an angel and had some good news.
I beg you to be brave. Not one of you will die. Only the ship will be destroyed.
Say what?
I belong to God and serve Him. Last night, His angel stood beside me. The angel said, "Do not be afraid, Paul. God has shown His grace by sparing the lives of all of those sailing with you. Men, continue to be brave. I have faith in God. It will happen just as He said. But we must run the ship onto the beach of some island."
Say what?
The beach of some island!
Now, the people on the ship were probably feeling a little terrified at this point, but Paul knew, even in the craziest of storms, God was with him. And because he knew that, he was able to remind others as well. Paul blessed food and gave it to the crew, and that gave them some hope. The crew then cut the anchors from the ship and set sail for the beach. But before they reached the beach, they hit a sandbar. The ship could not move, and the back of the boat was broken into pieces by the waves. At this moment, the soldiers had a plan to kill Paul and all the prisoners so they wouldn't escape.
Guess we should kill the prisoners, eh?
Don't you dare. If anyone can swim, let him jump overboard and swim to land.
And it happened just as Paul told. The ship was destroyed, but everyone was saved. When they reached the land, it was cold and raining, so they built a fire. But while Paul was sitting there, one of the craziest things happened.
Is that snake poisonous?
Yep.
Oh, the prisoner must be a murderer.
Yep.
He escaped the storm, but God won't let him live.
Nope.
He's definitely going to die.
Yep.
Nothing's happening.
Nope.
He must be a god.
Crazy things kept happening to Paul. They stayed there for many days, and they were treated with kindness by the people of Malta, which is the island where they landed. And with God's help, Paul also was able to heal so many people on the island. After they stayed on the island for some time, they boarded a ship and they continued on to Italy. The end.
Epic story.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy all the things that happened to Paul in this story.
But he never lost his faith in God.
Nope, it was incredible. It probably could have felt pretty lonely out there, but Paul always remembered that God was with him through the good and the bad.
Man, how could he do that?
Great question.
It sure is. Thanks, Kellen.
No doubt. I'll see you next time.
Reveal the question. What helps you remember that God is with you?
I think back to times when God had done things in my life, even when I couldn't see it at the time.
All right, that's great. For me, it's good to have friends remind me that God is with me because I sometimes forget.
Yeah, but just because God is with us doesn't always mean that things will be easy.
That's true. Think of Paul.
Oh, yeah. But there is some comfort knowing that when we put our faith in Jesus, we can have a relationship with God that'll last forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep. I totally agree.
What are you doing?
I'm a bobblehead. You know, like from earlier, we had the bobblehead. Yeah, that's me now.
Okay, okay. That's all the time we have. Thanks for watching the So-and-So Show.
It's fun.
Is it?
Yeah. You should. You were doing it earlier. You should try.
I know, but I had an actual bobblehead.
Well, now you do again.
Okay.
I'm an actual bobblehead. Ow, that kind of hurt.
Well, you have to hit the bobblehead.
Oh.